Hello friends and welcome back. In the last video we managed to log in our users, and in this one we are going to see how we can request a refresh token from the application. Remember, for us to be able to request for a refresh token we must be authenticated. In the previous videos we've been using an authenticated routes, and now we're going to create our authenticated routes that we can be able to get inside to the application and request some of the resources that are only limited to the authenticated users. So let's go ahead and do that. So back to our text editor, we're going to our API routes, and we are going to create now some of the authenticated routes. So these authenticated routes, they are going to be guarded by a middleware, which is the auth API middleware. So let's go ahead and create these routes. So route middleware, and we can pass many middleware in these routes. So the first middleware that we have for now is the auth API. So auth API, and we are going to group them. So let's go ahead and group them. And the group method is going to accept a function like so. So it's going to be a closure function, and now we can put our protected routes inside this group. So let's go ahead and copy one of these ones, put it inside there, and I'm going to call it a refresh token. Refresh token, like that. So like that, and we are going now to create another controller that can only be accessed by a user who is authenticated. So let's go back to our terminal and create one of the controllers. We are going to call it so we're going to call it user controller, and it's going to be inside the API, then a user, then user controller, like so. Could not open Artson. Okay, php Artson make controller, like so. So we've created successfully our controller, so we can open the user controller, which will be targeted by this route here. So let's copy this method, go ahead and open user controller here. And now we are going to create our method here. So public function refresh token. Same, it's going to get the request like so, and just like the other ones, it's going to pass it down to the user model. So going to return, and we can copy one of these zones here. So let's just copy the constructor and the user property. So here, like so, and we can just say user, so user like that, so it gets imported at the top. Okay, now we're going to create another function in users model. So let's go ahead, return this user. We're going to call it just the same, and we are going to pass the request object to that method like that. We're going to save that, and we're going to go back to our user model, and here we're going to create our public method. I'm going to call it like we called these ones, so copy that, and this one it's going to get can call it okay, first of all, it's going to be almost the same as this one, so we can just copy the login method, or copy and put it here, and then we can call this one, sorry, we can go ahead and copy the user object and put it there like so. After that, we can validate validator is going to validate. Okay, save. Looks like we have a public function. Seems like we public function. Okay, this one should be refresh token, which accepts the user object, and this time round it will be refresh token. So this time we would want to get the refresh token. It will only be required and nothing else we need from here. And now we can continue. If we get an error, we can send it back. And now grant type will change this time around. It's not going to be password, but to be refresh token like so, and all other things remains the same. All of the other things will remain the same. So we can try to a request for a refresh token and see what will happen. So let's go ahead and add a new route. So we're going to put our new route here, change the method to post. So this one going to be refresh token, refresh token, like so. Authorization, it's going to be bearer, and we need to grab our access token from here and provide it there. And also headers, we're going to accept application JSON, like so. In the body, we're going to provide our refresh token. And remember, our refresh token is this one over here. So we copy it, we bring it back here and put it here as our value and try to submit that. Passport forgot API is not defined. Okay, let's go ahead and check out our routes. Yeah, and we can see that we are using the wrong controller. So let's go ahead and bring in the correct controller. We can say use user controller, use user controller. Yeah, that one. And now this class is the one that we'll be using right here. So let's save that, go ahead and try it again. Still getting the same error. Okay, and so let's go and check out our auth and see what's happening. So go to auth in the configure and check this one is supposed to be passport and not passport. I had a typo there, so let's save that and go back to our postman and try to submit the request again. And if call to undefined method user with access token, and I believe that must be coming from our user model. So we go here and try to bring in the Laravel has API token treat. So we can say use Laravel and not Tinger, so Laravel passport and can say has API tokens, has API token, and then we can pass it down here as a trait. So you can say has API tokens, has API tokens, like so. So has API tokens, has use Laravel passport tokens. Okay, let's try that out. Let's go ahead and try that out and see if the error is solved or still the refresh field is the refresh token field is required. So let's see what we had sent. Refresh token should be a refresh token like so. And now we get another token after providing our previous refresh token. So that's how we can get the refresh token from our backend. Remember, right now we don't need the user object because we still have it in our application already. So we are going to stop there with this video. When we come back, we'll see how to get the authenticated user details from the database and how to get the list of users from the backend application. Thank you very much for being with me on this one. See you in the next one. Thank you.